is my new story to be posted daily alongside our ongoing story called Who Killed Prudence Ncoma. I hope you enjoy it as our new bonus story. Thank you all for your much-needed comments, support, and backing throughout this journey. Enjoy. Introduction. The room was filled with flowers, whispers, and the weight of expectations. Her gown was flawless, her veil falling like a waterfall of light. Yet, in her hand, she gripped not a bouquet, but a bottle. She lifted it to her lips with the same courage it took to say yes to a lifetime. One sip, 2 gulps, not out of recklessness, but defiance. For a moment, she wasn't the delicate figure everyone wanted her to be. She wasn't a doll stitched in lace. She was a woman, a fighter, a soul that had walked through fire to stand here today. Her phone buzzed with voices of those waiting. The bouquet rested quietly at her side, but in that single act, she made a vow to herself, before the altar, before the witnesses, before the world. She would not pretend. She would not shrink. She would not live a life pressed into molds that never fit her, because today wasn't just about becoming a wife. It was about being herself. She was not just a bride. She was the bride. Stefania Besa was no ordinary bride. The veil framed her face like a crown of rebellion, and the champagne bottle still lingered in everyone's memory. Now she stood tall, shoulders squared, chin lifted, as if daring the world to watch. Across from her, Godfrey Silungwe shifted on his feet. The man everyone called bold suddenly found himself under her gaze, and for the first time, he was the one being measured. Her eyes ran over him slowly, not in admiration, but in calculation. Every line of his suit, every twitch of his jaw, every trace of pride hidden in his smile. She wasn't a shy bride blushing at her groom. She was a queen, studying her king, deciding if he truly measured up to the life they were stepping into together. "Godfrey," she said, her voice steady, soft yet heavy with fire. "Are you sure you can carry me? Not just in the photos, not just in the vows, but in the storms, in the secrets, in the nights, when love feels like war." The hall fell silent. Even the music seemed to hold its breath. Godfrey Silungwe looked into her eyes, those sharp, unflinching eyes that had already tested him more than life itself. He swallowed, then straightened his back. "I don't just want you as my bride," he replied, voice low but firm. "I want you as my equal. Test me if you must, but know this. I am not afraid of your fire. I am here to walk with you through it." Stefania tilted her head, a faint smile pulling at her lips. She had sized him up. And maybe, just maybe, he had passed. The wedding hall was heavy with perfume and murmurs. Laughter spilled like wine, but behind it lingered whispers. Only the bold dared to voice. Andrew stood frozen near the entrance, his tie slightly loose, his eyes fixed on the sight before him. Godfrey Silungwe, tall and proud, standing side by side with Stefania Besa. He could not believe it. Of all women, her? Godfrey. Andrew muttered under his breath as he pulled him aside. His grip on his friend's arm was firm, his voice urgent. "Do you know what you're doing? Do you really know who this woman is?" Godfrey's face flickered, just for a second, but he quickly masked it with a smile, the same fearless grin that had carried him through countless storms. "Andrew, my brother," he said, lowering his voice, "I wanted to surprise you. You kept telling me to find a wife, to stand tall like you, to build a home. Today I show you I've listened." Andrew shook his head, disbelief clouding his eyes. "But Stefania, she's not what you think. There are things, stories, scars she carries. I don't want to see you destroyed, my friend." Godfrey's jaw tightened. His eyes cut across the room to where Stefania stood, radiant in her veil, yet almost too calm, as if she knew the storm of whispers swirling around her. She didn't shrink under the weight of stares. She seemed to grow taller, older. "It's too late, Andrew," Godfrey whispered, a strange fire in his voice. "This is my wedding day. She's my bride now, Whatever truth you think you know, I will face it with her. Andrew's heart sank. He had never seen his best friend so unshakable, so willing to walk into fire with his eyes open. The band began to play. The guests rose to their feet, and Stefania Besa, the bride, turned her head slightly, her lips curving in the faintest of smiles. A smile that said, "Yes, I heard every word, and I dare you to stop me." Up next, Chapter 1. Shall I continue to Chapter 1?